Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very old bit called Ryan's Childhood in a Nutshell. Today's topic, video games. Yeah, that's right, I'm using the same bit from 2 years ago. I'm not running out of ideas, you are! When I was a young child, I was always fascinated by horror games. I've always wanted to play them ever since I saw Resident Evil 1 Remake for the first time on the GameCube. And may I say, mwah! Probably my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. It's a fantastic remake and easily my favorite remake of anything. Problem was, this scared the shit out of me. But you want to know how dumb a child's brain is, folks? Do you want to know how I got over my fear of Resident Evil 1? Silent Hill 2. I don't know how. I don't know why, but one of the scariest games ever created was the reason I was able to overcome my fear and get good at horror games, including the first one also. But that was mostly because everything looked like a giant rectangle coming to poke you. Ryan, wow, you played this game under the age of 10? Yes, I did. Because children don't understand death quite like you think. Like, they'll get the concept. But I can tell you, without a shadow of doubt, I did not give a shit about the story as a child. Seems I've got a letter from my dead wife. Clunk. Well, off on my venture. Move out of the way, fat boy. Move out of the way, sad lady. I got an adventure to go through. James, it is I, my... Oh, woo! Got her right in the kisser, sucker. I skipped all the cutscenes. I can tell you now as an adult, I appreciate the amazing cutscenes that are Silent Hill 2. I didn't give two shits because I was a young boy and I didn't care about James's life, and which is the number one sin in all of Silent Hill. Which, by the way, if you're wondering what truly traumatized me, is Silent Hill 3 when I got chased in a red room. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Ryan Reacts. That intro was probably way too stinking long. Today we're checking out another episode of YMS Childhood Trauma Part 2. Now, I watched the first one quite a while ago, I'd say about 2 years ago, and it's about time that I finally sit down and watch the rest of them. I said I would do it a long time ago, and this suggestion has been given by Eli Newman. Of course, folks, like check out the original link more for original content creator. Link in the description.
Come on, we gotta get up.
Lady, keep your pants on. You're gonna get me banned on YouTube. Susan doesn't like me when I have ladies over.
Video.
Oh God, no.
That kills you 7 days after you watch it.
That's not true. I died at least 3 days after. He's vicious with his copyright claims.
And this boy says,
"Hello, this is Cool Cat."
To be honest, I don't remember in the Ring movie the phone melting when he picked it up. How does somebody who lives in a well melt a phone? When she comes out, she's got a blowtorch. Holy shit! Come on, that was a good phone. I don't make these kind of phones anymore, lady. That's an antique. Oh, the way he fingers that phone makes me uncomfortable.
Mark on your hand. It says bully.
Oh! Well, to be honest.
I'm a green boy. I'm a green boy now.
Wow, the new Joker trailer's pretty good, though.
It's Betty by time.
Okay, this is much worse. Oh God, not a killer tomato! I never understood how that scene worked. I watched it as a kid, and that was like my greatest question I ever had. Because I didn't have much to do. I wasn't doing my tasks. Figure out what the hell the tomato's doing.
Which button is it? Maybe it's this one.
Yeah, it's that one.
Or maybe it's this one.
That's
Oh, here it is. Boogie.
There's only one button on a flashlight. Cool. There's only one.
And now no
What did you press? Were you poking your nipples? That's not the button. realize I've never actually seen the American version of The Ring, I guess. I don't remember this at all. Also, that's the exact same plot as the monster blood from Goosebumps. Is this a coincidence? Was that a different movie? Was that snakes on a plane and the snakes all had a accident at the same time as most animals do in a moving vehicle in the sky? That movie's not about humans. It's about a bunch of snakes terrified because no snake's supposed to be that high. Oh, dang, there's that good old tune that I remember. I didn't read that. Am I getting copyright claimed?
Canadian TV show known as Cyber 6. Now, although this show is Canadian, the original comic comes from Argentina. Basically, Cyber 6 is
so
a
very scary,
superhero
but very
who
polite.
cross-dresses as a male teacher during the day. Now, for some reason, my 8-year-old brain did not clue into the fact that it was cross-dressing, and I was always under the impression that she literally changed genders every single day and night. Also, her brother's brain is trapped inside the body of a badass Black Panther. Overall, the show is actually pretty fucking cool to watch as a kid.
Listen, bud, I feel you. Except I don't have an excuse. I watched Ranma 1/2 when I was a kid. He did turn into a woman. And that's really nice and confusing for a young child. Am I turned on by him or his female? So is there a difference? If I have sex with female Ranma, is that gay? How does this work on the trans spectrum? Cause it's magic and oh. Lost memories of my dad there. Well, oh well, never getting that back. Also, do you smell toast? Also, I'm truly curious about that show. Was that an anime or was that one of those rare occasions where like another country does the anime style? Because I love that old school animation style, and that Canadian show looks very good.
Oh, and by the way, the theme song is pretty fucking kick-ass.
Though it doesn't match at all. Nothing says a dark night and a panther like. Don't look at me like that, lady. I'm gonna get kidnapped, aren't I? Hey, everybody, this is old Future Ryan, and for doing a little, research, and by research I mean using my eyes. I'm pretty sure that's not a woman, and it is instead the creator of the channel that's talking right now, as you can tell by his profile picture. And boy, oh boy, isn't that a bit ironic coming from a guy with long blonde hair.
Don't have any plans to marathon it anytime soon. Most of the show was fairly forgettable overall, but there is one episode that kind of fucked with me, and that episode is called The Eye.
Holy
This is all pretty
shit!
Self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna spend too long.
It's got
on this
tassels.
One. Basically, this
It's
eye
an
thing
80s
shows up
monster
and
for
starts
sure.
Sucking the life out of anyone that looks directly into it. Yuck.
This is 100% Japanese. Because that's the most Power Rangers Japanese thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They love eyeballs sucking souls out. I'm almost certain that may be a yokai? No. Is yokai just a game, or is that what they're actually called? So I looked it up, and yes, it was yokai. The creature in question, though, not 100% sure. I was truly curious to see if it was, so I looked up a bunch of stuff, and I found not one, but 3 frickin' amazing monsters. What are those monsters, you might ask? Oh, I don't know. How about a woman who got caught stealing? So the god of money, which is literally just a giant printer that spits out dollar bills, zapped the shit out of her and put 100 eyeballs on her. Not just normal eyeballs, bird eyeballs. For each coin she stole. And she still keeps trying to steal, by the way. You think you would get a different job. And this one's got one on his butt. That's it. That's all I can find. And lastly, my favorite of all of them, this frickin' specimen right here. You know what this guy can do? You know what this guy can do? This giant, lumpy flesh monster? He goes up people, and he's just like, oh shit, somebody's around here. And he yeets his eyeball. And I thought, oh, this is the guy who's gonna steal the souls of people that's represented. I mean, look at him. He sticks eyeballs on them to make sure they're not doing crimes.
It's a little scary and morbid and not all that fun to watch as a young child, but the more it consumes, the bigger it gets, and it only winds up becoming more terrifying. Well, fuck. And if that wasn't bad enough, eventually it makes its way to the stadium and turns itself into super high-quality nightmare fuel.
Don't look in the
Suffice it to
eye.
say, the
Which
imagery
eye?
in this scene
Ah,
stuck with
shit.
me for quite a while. And in case you're wondering, eventually she kills the thing and everyone's souls, or whatever they are, return peacefully to their corresponding bodies. Yay. Next.
Luckily, they went in the right ones, because I've seen enough episodes of cartoons where they went in the wrong body and they had to fix that problem. Wow, I'm alive again. Oh no, I've got gams! Ha ha ha! Big floppers!
Next up is a scene from Don Bluth's Rock-a-Doodle. I think the biggest problem with
Rock-a-Doodle?
this movie is that it's not cohesive in the slightest. Almost
Why
everything that happens
did so
in the
many
film
kids'
feels like an
movies or
obligation
shows
for the script
have
rather than an
sexy
actual
girls that weren't
adventure?
humans?
Lots of things happen, but there
You
aren't
have
really
no
any good
idea what
reasons
you've
why
created.
things happen. Sure, there might be a catchy song or two in there, but overall the movie feels largely unfocused. So
You better
unfocused
tell me
the
that that's
vast
what
majority
scared
of the
you.
film just winds up
'Cause it
being
scared me.
forgettable. Apparently one
How
scene
good he
wasn't
looked in
all
that
that
suit.
forgettable though, because it kind of freaked me out as a kid. So the movie starts out with a little musical number, and it turns out that this entire scene was in this kid's storybook. And as it's raining in the story, it turns out that it's raining pretty fucking hard in real life too. It gets so bad that this kid's
It's so
entire
bad
family
that in
leaves
real
the
life it was
bed, try and
cartoon
save the
thunder.
animals and pile up
Lightning.
more sandbags. It looks like they're having a really rough time, so the kid's like, oh, I know who can help them out. The good guy from the storybook I'm reading.
I know the answer. We need chocolate.
What a
Just a
stupid
giant
name.
chicken singing
Chanticleer,
Elvis songs?
but sometimes
What's going
pronounced
on?
Chanticleer. So now his family's gonna die, I guess. This face will never not be funny. All of a sudden, without any kind of warning, the movie turns into some trippy nightmare. What the fuck
Whoa!
is going on? The evil owl dude shows up and he's like, yo, I'm super pissed at you because you touched my face.
You put your finger in the Duke's face.
You thought you were just harmlessly pointing at a
Fair
page
enough,
on
man.
a children's
I live
book?
in
Well,
the-
now I'm
I
gonna
live in
eat you. There was
2021.
something a little
That is a
terrifying about
criminal
gigantic
offense right now.
killer owl breaking into your room in the middle of the night. And there was something especially terrifying about the imagery and presentation of the scene as it goes on.
Yes, nothing more terrifying than a bird.
You just disintegrated a helpless, screaming child at the beginning of your film.
I take it back. That's pretty bad. I thought he was just vomiting up colors and shapes, as we all do when we have too much Chef Boyardee. But we don't disintegrate kids while doing it. I don't think. I haven't hit anyone with it.
The owl just turned him into a kitten because he feels as though he would digest him better.
Mom! Dad! Wake me up! Wake me up inside! Wake me up inside!
What?
So anyway, they scare away the owl with a
What?
flashlight, and
What
our main
owl eats a
character
cat?
comes to a horrific realization.
Jesus! I'm a furry!
And
Uh-oh. Oh, I was almost about to make some shapes. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a dumb owl, by the way. That's a real dumb owl. I'm gonna transform him into something I can eat really easily, but also gonna get me a hairball and indigestion. You're a dumb old bastard, aren't you?
in case you're wondering, the actual line is, I'm all furry, but this kid can't talk for shit, so who cares? Now, that's all I have to say about
No,
this movie, but before
he was
I
a
get on to the next
visionary.
one, let me tell you about a YouTuber named TommyNC2010. Now, I don't usually watch vlog channels,
I know
but
who
I've been
Tommy
watching
is.
Tommy for quite some time. As many of you already know, I'm a big fan of character studies, and although Tommy's not playing a character, he is quite the character himself, and you cannot find anyone else like him on YouTube.
From what I've watched of Tommy, he does seem to be a big wrestling fan, and I do wonder if he's doing the old trick of overexerting himself to become a character.
Tommy had his very first Mailbox Monday, during which you can see the Cool Cat movie and t-shirt that I anonymously sent to him.
Very interesting.
The very next week, I sent him another
You
Cool
were the
Cat
culprit.
DVD because I
Stop
thought it would be
spreading
kind
the
of funny.
virus!
Somebody sent another Cool Cat DVD. I appreciate it. Shout out, got me another copy of Cool Cat. So now I have 2 copies.
Anyway, one day Tommy messages me suggesting I review the movie Rock-a-Doodle, and I was like, that doesn't really seem like the type of movie I'd review on this channel, but if I do it, I'll give you a shout out. Then when I started revisiting films for this video, I was like, holy shit, I guess I'm actually going to be reviewing Rock-a-Doodle on this channel. So because I'm a man of my word and because I actually watch and enjoy his content, here's Tommy to give some brief thoughts on Rock-a-Doodle.
Hello, YMS. Oh, thank you so much. It's really much appreciated for you to have me here.
Extremely jealous how
my opinion on Rock-a-Doodle is
better
that
those
I
looks and shades
kind of
than
do
me.
like the movie, but it was kind of creepy and zany. Was I ever scared as a kid? No, not really. Is there any other movies that
Tommy,
that I've
please.
been frightened of in the past?
Tommy.
The only
Clean
movie
your
I
walls,
said
Tommy.
relatively
Tommy, you
scared
have
me
things in your wall, Tommy.
was Ghostbusters. You know, as they jump out at her and she goes,
I mean, that's understandable.
That scared the ever-loving crap out of me. So, folks, this has been my review on Rock-a-Doodle with YMS. I'm keeping you on the inside fact.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I plugged that thing into my DVD player. I was traveling, and I couldn't watch like 5 minutes of it, and I shut it off. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I could not watch it. I wanted to put a pine cone through up my rectum just watching that. It was so dreadful. I'd rather
That's on the common side effects.
blow myself up than watch an hour of Cool Cat. Honestly, like, it was a waste of my mind space, and I needed 3 minutes of my time.
I like that pine cone,
So I
though.
turned
All right,
on
ladies?
A movie that was more awesome, Wolf of Wall Street. Honestly.
Next up is an episode.
There's something really beautiful that instead of saying, hey, let's watch another kid's movie, he throws out Wolf of Wall Street. Fantastic.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I can't believe I almost forgot how awesome this theme song is.
Ah!
And the Buffy theme's pretty great too.
I hated that so much more than anything. That went right in my puppet fierce. If that grandma shows up, firewood. That's what I'd use her for. Burn. And then unleash the demon inside of it. So I'm always the dumb one. But you know what? I'm not afraid of ghosts. I'm afraid of puppets. They'll probably just go into another puppet and the infinite cycle continues.
Except for maybe one particular episode. Season 4, episode 10 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is titled Hush. This
I'm gonna be
episode
100% honest
revolves
with you,
around
I've
a
never
group
watched the
of
show.
demon things known as the Gentlemen. Basically, the episode starts out like normal, but pretty soon things
Come on,
start
man, that's
getting
just a
little
cool
fan
YouTuber
fiction-y.
from
All right,
My
class,
Hero
for today's
Academia.
lesson on language, I'm gonna need Buffy to lay down on this
Reference.
desk so that this guy can make out with her.
This feels very strange.
Don't worry. If I kiss you, it'll make the sun go down.
Oh! I'm wearing headphones, man! No! Come on! Wait, why is everyone watching? This is a move. This is a dream, right? Oh, how weird that would
The
be.
lights are out and everybody has mysteriously disappeared from class. And now Buffy hears something
As
ominous
that
and
usually
creepy.
happens when you're sucking face. Kick him in the balls and run, kid. Kick him in the balls and run, kid.
Now, is
That
this
didn't
just me, or
rhyme.
is this whole sequence kind of similar to A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Get another actor. Get another kid. He failed his job. See, these kids, they know what to do. They know how to tell you to tell Freddy
I don't know,
to
maybe
fuck
the whole
off.
creepy little girl singing about foreboding danger is just a bit of a trope.
Can't call to mom, can't say a word. You're gonna die screaming, but you won't be heard.
Well, that was a weird sound effect, but anyway, it was all a dream. And
Dude, you're not living up to your name. If you're just attacking ladies and little kids, I don't think you're a gentleman at all. Looking at that, I can understand 100% why it would scare kids, by the way. Because one of the episodes of Goosebumps that scared me just as much as Slappy, but didn't traumatize me, though I do wonder if it gave me like a fear of claustrophobia, was the mask episode. The way that mask looked on him, it looks like that. Looked like that creepy old man. Did he kill the kid or did he hire the kid, by the way? These are important little details I need to know before I judge a creepy old ghost man. I need to know if this ghost man is a serial killer or a pedophile. There's a big difference. Big difference. Serial killer will go, pedophile will go, not in my house.
Anyway, later in the episode, we see that it's nighttime, and lo and behold, here the gentlemen are. They open up a little box, and then we see something leaving the mouths of everyone in the town while they're sleeping. Just this guy's face alone probably would have freaked me out enough as a kid, but no, it gets worse. Buffy wakes up and starts
Is it his
noticing things
grill
are
that he
weird.
got? They steal your voice?
Shit. So these things have stolen everyone's voices, hence the lines in the song we heard earlier. And you know what? This was actually a pretty cool and
Typical
well-delivered
white
episode
rapper, am I right,
concept. how
everybody?
awesome is it that
Gets
they
the
didn't
grill,
dumb
takes
it down
someone's
by
voice,
adding
and says they're the
subtitles.
best.
It really adds to the uniqueness of the episode that you actually have to try to understand what they're saying. And not only that, but it's much more accurate as to what the characters would be experiencing themselves.
If I put
You're
on
paying
closed
enough
caption,
attention,
can I
you
cheat?
translate it pretty accurately too. Good morning. Hey, can you hear me? I've gone deaf. Anyway, the episode goes on and each character winds up coming to this realization. Some of it is pretty comical. It isn't long before we see the overall impact it's having on this town. So now we have these guys over here fighting for some reason. That's literally the only reason I showed you this scene. So now the gentlemen go out for a night on the town. I would almost think that
boy, they
levitate
float
so
on the
their
voices
victims
of their
don't hear them
enemies?
coming, but for whatever reason they bring along these gimp things wherever they go, so I guess that cancels that out. Anyway, they creepily float
That's
past
fair
people's
enough.
doors, silently communicating
bring
with
my
each
pet
other
dragon
until it
everywhere.
seems as though they found what they're looking for. And this is the part that really messed with me when I was younger.
Oh,
So
no.
this guy hears
Is
a
that
knock
the
on his
gimp
door, He
room?
opens it up, and god damn it.
Not the gimps, please, not the gimps. Oh! What are you doing? What are you gonna do to that guy? What are you gonna do to that guy with the gimps? I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like this. Oh! Oh, oh stop! Just do the thing! What are you gonna do?
Now, obviously, you can see why this one was a little bit traumatizing to a younger version of myself. I mean, being held down and having your heart dissected out of you while you're still alive is pretty bad already, but the fact that you can't even call for help makes this infinitely more terrifying to think about. I love how Buffy just nonchalantly walks into this guy's room. I'd almost like for the scene to go on a bit longer to have this guy find her and mouth the words, "What the fuck?" So Rupert studies some fairy tales and begins to learn more about these creatures, resulting in a silent slideshow for the benefit of our main characters.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. You don't need to be a kid. That is legitimately terrifying. The thought of not being able to scream while that happening to you is the worst. That literally gave me the creep chills. That gave me the creep chills. It didn't help that they also have gimps. Why are they collecting hearts? Why you get gimps? Why do monsters do anything, really?
Seriously, if there's any reason at all to watch this episode, it's this scene. Don't really want to spoil the experience, though, so just trust my recommendation. There isn't really anything
Buffy
else
has
in
been
this
on my
episode that
bucket
freaked
list
me
to
out as
watch for a
kid.
very
Just
long
bunch
time.
of
It just
cheesy
seems like
fight
something I
scenes
really
with
like.
Punching and kicking. Buffy gets her voice back and she screams and their heads explode. Nevertheless, the few scary scenes in this episode sure
Well, that
did
was
manage to
satisfying,
stick
and
with
I liked
me.
every moment
I
of
don't
it.
even remember anything else about this show,
Jackie
really.
Malfoy?
I remember liking it when
messed
I
up
was
his
younger,
name.
but that's about it. Next up is Tim Burton's Mars Attacks. This movie
Oh, is this
is
the
a
one with the
little
weird-ass
weird.
aliens?
Way too cheesy to be taken seriously, but it doesn't really make all that great of a comedy either. For the most part, this movie is pretty boring,
it's
but
the one.
obviously there were at least a few parts that really got to me when I was younger. So when the Martians finally show up to
I
planet
hated the
Earth,
aliens.
it's
They
already
freaked me
almost
out.
40 minutes through the movie, and the entire first half of the film doesn't really exhibit
Is
much
that
serious
young
tone
Danny
at all.
DeVito,
So when
or is
shit
that someone
actually
else?
starts going down, it kind of caught me off guard, to say the least. Here I am as a little kid watching this dumb movie my parents put on. Every character is more like an over
thought that was Jack Black.
caricature.
Stop just
Everything seems to be all
guessing who
hunky-dory
people are,
until
Ryan.
Suddenly. Well, isn't that just dandy?
Not killing them, they're just making them look like them.
I think part of the reason why this really got to me is that all they have to do is just touch you with this infinitely reaching super laser, and within seconds your entire body aside from your skeleton is completely disintegrated. There was also something
I'm a
little
dummy that
extra
gets scared by
terrifying about being
things that look
unable
like
to
that.
reason with them. Like if I was a kid and I was watching a movie where the main conflict was brought out of some misunderstanding, I'd always imagine these fantasy scenarios in my head after the movie about what I would do in that situation. Like as long as there was some sort of possibility that that it could have some stupid cheesy let's just be friends ending, then I'd usually be pretty okay.
Not off the table. If you showed them Mewtwo, I think they'd want to be friends with you too. Because he could do this. That's the alien going up and down against a wall in the ground. Also, they're in spacesuits, so tactically, if you think about it, we also have infinite ranging beams that could instantly kill them. It's called a gun. Bang. Oh, shoot. Air. Ah! Brah. Then again, I didn't watch the movie. I don't know. I never watched it because when I saw the aliens, they freaked me right out. I hate the look of those aliens. I still do. Kind of goes into the puppet fear.
But in any situation where the villain's motivation is nothing but, I want to kill you and I don't give a shit what you have to say, then any crazy fantasy resulting from it would only wind up keeping me up at night. And
no, he was right. If that guy touched him with the American flag, he would have died.
Attack you is for the explicit purpose of you letting your guard down.
Well.
Now that scene right there is definitely the one that freaked me out the most. Knowing that they could take out an entire room in seconds was not exactly a comforting thought. Apparently some people got pretty freaked out over the weird experiments the aliens did. But the only other thing that really got to me when I was younger was when one of the Martians disguised themselves as a human being.
Oh no!
White House and within
they're hot!
This fucking
says
idiot
Squidward. That was the Squidward quote, not me.
Wet. He's like, I'm the press secretary. I can give you a personalized tour. Let's go inside. And despite the Martian never once saying anything, he shows her a secret room and tries to make out with her.
Could we get that gum out of your mouth?
Oh! Well, fair enough, bud. Fair enough. You did stick your finger in a woman's mouth without her asking.
Having my finger bit clean off is a little unnerving. Ouch.
Yeah, but
By the way, the humans wind up defeating the aliens, and it's the stupidest
She was just Me
thing
Too-ing
ever.
before Me Too was
Turns out
popular.
they really don't like grandma's music taste. Seriously, how they defeat the aliens.
I'm noticing a theme, though.
Drive around with big ass speakers until all of their brains explode.
That was actually
This is no
Buffy as an
different than
old woman.
defeating the monster blood with airline food. It's lazy, stupid, and it's not funny at all. Fuck off. Did these things freak you out at all? Yes, no, maybe. I've been noticing a lot of comments that my younger self should stop being such a fucking pussy. Good news, he's not a pussy. He's dead. He doesn't exist anymore. I'm the new me. But either way, something tells me you won't be saying that when you see my #1 pick in part 3. We've got 3 more shows to go, and the #1 spot is the entire reason I made this video. So stay tuned and you'll know exactly where I'm coming from.
Don't let your kids watch it.
Well, now you made me sad, because that's my meme hero, I'll have you know. I hated those aliens. I still do. I remember seeing them as a kid. I looked at it and went, oh. And again, I unironically was afraid of Jeff the Killer at first. And now I realize it's more of just a bad camera going, ah, ah. What is with me in white? Why am I afraid of white monsters? You are what you're afraid of, folks. But that was quite an enjoyable video. These are quite fun to watch. And it's amazing the multitude of things that would bring kids to have nightmares or lasting fears from all these videos. Especially back then. Folks, let's face facts. In the 90s and the 80s, kids' movies, there were very little filters. And there's a lot of things that could scare the pants off you. Personally, as somebody who loves scary content, I love this kind of stuff. I wish they did it more. And to be honest, kids still love scary. There's a reason why Five Nights at Freddy's, Hello Neighbor, and Bendy and the Ink Machine literally exploded all over the internet. Because little kids will always crave that fear. And I don't know what that is about human beings that love, especially little boys. I don't know about little girls. I can only speak for what I was. But kids will always love scary. And maybe it comes from the love of Halloween too. Maybe kids will always love scary stuff. Maybe as humans we'll always love scary stuff. But it's always the weird stuff you would never expect that's what traumatizes us all. Like I said in the first one, it was Bert and Ernie sleeping in a bed that scared the crap out of me and then led on to Slappy the Dummy, which was literally a midget in a costume. But this was quite an enjoyable one, especially seeing I'm seeing stuff that I personally haven't seen other than the Mars. I have seen the Mars video, I just haven't seen all the other ones. So it's cool to see all the the different shows that may have traumatized kids or just had scary scenes in it. Like, I've never heard of that Canadian show, and I haven't watched any of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, though I've been meaning to since I was young. It just seems like a show that I'd like if it continues to have different monsters like that. I don't really care about the vampires, but stuff like that? Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember, subscribe, leave a like down below, and write a comment about what traumatized you as a kid so I can use it against you whenever you talk shit about me on stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.